In 1972, when this voyage and adventure began, we purchased the land in the Alexander Valley. It was prune trees at that time, and we ripped up the prune trees, planted the rootstock. And then in 1974, 2 years later, we had to make a decision: were we going to just stay in the vineyard business and grow grapes, or were we in fact going to build a winery and do it in the estate tradition of Europe? We decided we would do a winery. So the next question is where to put the winery. And in Europe, the wineries are very near the vineyards, usually overlooking them. And so we came out in 1974 and stood in the middle of the vineyards, which is the middle of the Alexander Valley, and looked around for a hillside. Well, the nearest hillside and the best looking hillside, the most obvious location, was where Jordan Winery is right now. The problem was we didn't own it, and there was a big sign on this old gate that said, "Do not enter, you will be shot." And so we climbed over the fence and wandered around and found this wonderful 1,300 acres pristine land, completely empty of any development. It was a dream come true. And I said to Tom, "This is absolutely perfect. This is what we have to have. It's perfect. It's just overlooking the vineyard. It's ideal. Now all we have to do is get it. And that's your job." And so he investigated the title of the property and found that it was in an estate. And the estate was held by, I believe, 5, 6, maybe 7 heirs of the Budges. And so that meant dealing with all of these siblings. And a few phone calls made it very clear that you couldn't round up the siblings, you could not get agreement. This was going to be an impossible purchase. So we discovered then that the one passion that the Budge family had was fishing. And they loved fishing, and they loved fishing in Oregon. So the mission then was to find a property in Oregon that would so appeal to the Budge family that they would be willing to trade this Alexander Valley property for this wonderful fishing location in Oregon. So we bought the fishing property and then offered to make them a trade, and they were happy to do that. And we were happy to do that.